Right, folks, here are my tour dates for McSavage Rules. October the 24th in Sligo, October the 25th, Castle Blaney, the 26th in Galway, November 8th and 9th in Dunleary, November 15th in Monaghan, November 21st in Lucan, November 22nd in Tralee, November 29th in Newgrange, December the 6th, Dorky, December the 13th, Belfast, love that gig, The Limelight, December the 20th, Carlingford, December 28th, Katie Gavin, January 4th, Donegal. January 9th, Kilkenny. January 10th, Drogheda. January the 15th and 16th in Limerick. Love that gig. January the 18th in Wexford. January the 24th in Dublin. January the 30th, 31st in Greystones. February the 1st in Castlebar. February the 7th in Dundalk. February the 8th, Carlow. February 21st in Westmeath. February 28th, Cork, Ballycotton. March the 7th, Mayo. Ballina, March 21st, Tullamore, March 28th, Tipperary. They're all my gigs. Hope to see you there. Thank you.
Live.
Okay, Daniel, let's just get straight into it.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Introduce the show?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to And That's Why We're Not Together, starring David McSavage.
And also my friend Daniel Andrews. It's weird not having the headphones. I'm just trying to do this without the headphones, folks. Hannah's not here today. She's working. And Jack is in
Amsterdam.
Daniel visited Jack in Amsterdam.
Yes.
Last week.
Yep, for like 5 days, yeah.
It's weird not having the headphones, Daniel.
Oh, is it strange, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, what does it feel like?
It feels like I'm not in the bubble of the podcast.
Well, then maybe put them on.
But I'm just going to try and do them without it.
Okay, right.
Just trying to mix things up here, Daniel.
Okay. Spice it up.
Spice it up a little bit. Yeah, me, Hannah, and Daniel did a podcast 2 days ago, but, you know, it was a bit weird. We were talking a lot about hot button issues of the day, and in particular racism. And then I quoted Morgan Freeman, and I said, well, Morgan Freeman said an amazing thing, which was, just everybody stop talking about racism. But then I proceeded to talk about racism. And then I concluded by the end of the thing, you know, can white people really make pronouncements about racism because they haven't had, in general, the experiences that other ethnicities have had, so that we're only speaking from our experience. So anyway, I just thought, fuck that. It's a quagmire.
Yeah, no, definitely.
So then I thought, you know, maybe. And then I've told Hannah I'm not going to put that episode out, and she said, "What's wrong with you? Don't you have any balls? Aren't you a real man?" I'm going to put these on. Does this look? Do I look cool like that, Daniel?
Yeah.
What do I look like now with this?
Like some kind of artiste.
Like some sort of pretend fucking artist.
Yeah.
Oh yes, and Liam Payne.
Yeah.
The former member of
One Direction. Yeah.
Was in Buenos Aires.
Yeah.
And was fell off a balcony.
Yeah, third story balcony or something. Yeah.
And that's the only information we have.
I think that's what I found out so far. Yeah, I don't know if there's any like report on how he might have.
God, I hope. Can you imagine if it was like he's leaning on the fucking balcony?
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
leaning on the fucking balcony.
Stupid,
one moment to the next, the balcony gives in, and fucking hell. But it just shows you, doesn't it? You know, life can change just in a moment.
Yeah, it's weird because he's my age as well, so it's kind of freaky. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think about the amount of life and death experiences, that I've encountered.
Yeah.
There have been a few.
Like, such as?
Well, one time, I think I was in the cliffs of Moher or something, and I was climbing on the cliffs, and then I was hanging off I don't know, I was just trying to see if I was a good rock climber. and there was one moment where I thought, fuck, I'm going to have to jump into the sea or continue climbing up.
Right. What did you do?
Well, I continued climbing up, but
right.
By the time I got to the top, I was shaking.
Right.
So that was a very life and death experience.
It's like Tom Cruise hanging off that cliff in that movie or whatever.
Yeah, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, so what, you survived?
Yeah, you wouldn't, if you heard Tom Cruise died in some kind of, falling off something, you wouldn't be that surprised.
Yeah, I suppose not.
Because he does a lot of risky things.
Yeah. But it would be quite shocking nonetheless.
Yeah.
To hear Tom Cruise. Yeah. But, yeah, no, I thought that was quite shocking news, yeah. But
where's Liam Payne? He's not. No, Niall Horan is Irish.
Yeah, Niall Horan's Irish. Yeah,
and they're only 31. The two.
Yeah, they're around that age. Like, yeah.
And who's the other guy? The Harry Styles.
Harry Styles.
Is he in his 30s as well?
I'm guessing so. Yeah.
What must it be like for people in their 30s to have loads of cash?
I mean, it's.
I've never had cash. I assume it would go. I mean, if I had, well,
it probably goes to their head. I'd say a lot. Like,
well, some people have a sort of an emotional intelligence, and it's innate, and they just know how to handle stuff.
Yeah,
and they don't go off the rails. But definitely, if I had,
do you think it applies to like celebrities that have been child stars? That like, because for certain ones it works, and then for certain ones,
the transition from being a child star to
an adult film star, like, yeah.
Well, that poor guy, Gary Coleman, who was in Different Strokes. He never really transitioned. He had a very troubled life.
Yeah.
I saw a documentary about him on Netflix.
Right.
So Gary Coleman was in this TV show called Different Strokes.
Oh, right.
And there was a certain time where he was a big star on TV, and I think he was making a lot of money, but he had his mom and dad around him, and they were setting up companies and siphoning off money that should have gone to him, or should have been in a fund that he would receive when he was, 18 or 21 or whatever. But by the time he figured out, by the time he got a handle on all the money he made, he realized his parents had taken a lot of it.
Right.
And I think he near the end of his life, he was working as a security guard.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Yeah,
but I think it was more of a, like a, I don't know if so he wouldn't be that good as a security guard.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, you have to
earn a living.
Yeah, I guess, like,
But it's if as an individual, like to be successful, and then as you get older, get less and less successful. That's tough.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, am I thinking of myself now?
Well, I don't know.
No, well, I sell more tickets now, Daniel, than I did when I was doing the Savage Eye.
Right.
So that's a good sign.
So that's an upward trend.
It's an upward trajectory. It is strange not being able to hear myself, even though I can hear myself, but hearing myself on the headphones, it's a different kind of feeling.
Yeah.
I was watching a film last night with Kate Winslet called Lee.
Oh, yeah.
And it's about the life of a photojournalist, an American photojournalist called Lee Miller, who made her name during World War II taking photos of the liberation of Paris after the war. Oh. And then she went to, I think it was Auschwitz, and took, people reckon they're the best pictures portraying the horrors of the Holocaust. But it was well done, actually, I have to say.
Yeah.
The way it brought you back to that time.
Right.
And I don't know, have I got... It's funny, I'm thinking now of what Hannah was saying yesterday and the last podcast, where she said, look, we don't have a message, we're not giving advice, we're not that smart.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's funny, you know when you I occasionally say smart things, not unlike anyone else, but yeah, you know the way when you're trying to say something intelligent and you trip yourself up and you realize, oh, I've got nothing that intelligent to say about. Anyway, look, she was very good in that film, Lee.
Yeah. Who? Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet.
Yeah.
And so she was this kind of investigative photojournalist who really figured out where to go and to capture. Because when World War II was over, there was a lot of celebration, and people still didn't realize that the Holocaust had happened. Really, I mean, a lot of people. And so she, I don't know, drove like 500-600 miles to Munich or wherever, or I don't know which concentration camp she went to.
Right.
But you can imagine, you know, you're just driving along, and it's a nice, you know, and everything is nice, and it's all forests and whatever, and you come up to this gate, and you've never seen anything like this, and it's this big row of trains. This is what happened, and she comes up to this. Oh, these are cattle carts, and these American GIs open these cattle carts, and she sees this thing unfolding. You know, we just think of the past. It's like, I remember when I was a kid, because anything that you saw in the 40s or 30s, it was always in black and white. I literally associated the past in black and white. I thought people in the 1800s and 1700s lived in black and white.
Yeah, right. And then just color, and then color was just discovered.
Then we suddenly got color when I was born or something.
Right. Yeah, no, you'd think like that when you're
pure
a kid,
narcissism. But and we think about the past as this distant kind of foggy thing. But at one moment, that when Lee Miller existed and when she was that was the most modern moment in that time, and yeah, she documented that, and then she went into all these.
And she was a former model herself.
She was a former model, yeah. She was a very attractive woman, and but that's the thing that it conveyed. That, you know, it's just like today. You're just you're a photojournalist, and you travel and you go here, you go there, and you come up to this place that looks like an army barracks, and then you're looking at, you know, piles of bodies stacked up so tightly that you can't really see which body is part of this, you know, where all the bodies are. And she was working for British Vogue at the time, and they wouldn't print the photos that she took.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's, you know, because they thought it was too horrifying. But thankfully, American Vogue printed her photos with the title "Believe It." You know, the Americans are good in that way.
So yeah, it was worth watching then.
Yeah, she's a good actor. Actor. Do you say actor or actress?
Good actor, yeah.
Do you think we should have? Do you think the award ceremony should just be unisex? You know, it should just be the best actor.
Oh, right, yeah.
Versus the best male or female.
Yeah, well, that would be interesting.
Would be interesting.
I think maybe
make the award ceremonies a lot shorter.
Yeah, I think also perhaps it would make the quality of films better, maybe, or TV shows. Oh, well, no, films. Films.
Yeah, go on.
Maybe there'd be more
competition
or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
perhaps.
Because the way it's going, it seems it should go in that direction, shouldn't it?
I guess.
There should be at least one. There should be at least one award ceremony. What do they call toilets that are? Do they call them unisex, where it's men or women can use them?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
What do they call them?
Yeah, unisex. I think.
Is it?
I think so. Yeah.
Unisexual.
No, I don't know.
What's unisexual? Asexual.
Yeah, there's a few sexuals. Pansexual.
Pansexual.
Yeah. Non-binary.
It's funny, you know the way people, you know the way people dress up as furries, or they dress up as cats and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It would be funny if you had interchangeable genitals. You know the way, like, you have you know the way you have certain tools that have interchangeable things, and you can it can be a screwdriver, it can be a Phillips head, it can be a
Swiss Army knife.
Swiss Army knife. So that if you could somehow, you know, like have a magnetic genital situation where you could just like you could just have like what I don't know what a chimpanzee's penis is like.
But you could just take it off and
you could just kind of snap it off, have a chimpanzee penis, and then you know I just want to feel out what it's like as a chimpanzee.
Oh right.
And it would be you'd suddenly be hardwired sexually like a chimpanzee, and then you could slot in a pig's penis. And then, if you wanted to know what it's like to be a pig shagging a chimpanzee.
Oh right. I mean, yeah.
I'm just talking about, you know, let's get creative here.
Yeah. No, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That would be.
Or if you could just interspeed. I don't know. You know, in a few hundred years, you could probably do that.
Right.
Oh, I feel like.
Do you think? Yeah. I mean,
I want to be a chicken today.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's probably the way it's gonna go. Yeah.
well, although a chicken doesn't really have memory, so if you were a chicken, you know, hey, what was it like being a chicken? I can't, because if you had a chicken's brain, I mean, they don't really, they don't really look back in their life as a chicken and kind of go, well, do you know what? Yeah, I had a good week, but.
Oh, we're talking about like.
Oh, the brain. No, you're just talking about sexually.
Well, I don't know what were you talking about?
I don't know. I guess I don't know. I was running with the premise a little bit too far.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Anyway, yeah. So you reckon an award ceremony where we're all in the same pot, and it's just best actor.
Yeah.
Like when they do best cinematographer, they don't do best female cinematographer, do they?
I don't think
Or best sound operator or best...
No, I don't think so.
No, they don't, right?
No. Just for the actors for some reason. Yeah.
But that means it would be less likely for you to win an award because your odds increase twofold.
Then it would just be best actor and best supporting actor, and then that's it.
Yeah,
just 2 awards.
It is funny, like I mean, best like who do we know? Can you remember? Oh, who was the best actor last year? Your man in the Cork guy, Cillian Murphy
in Oppenheimer.
Yeah, and who was the best actress?
Was it Emma Stone or something? Or
oh yeah, it could have been Emma Stone. Though it would be funny though, like you know, if for best actor Emma Stone for best actor. Oh yeah, and who would win? And then maybe it would cause more problems than it would solve because people would say, well, that's of course men would win over women or something, or you know.
Yeah, but I don't think.
Or then would people be polite and just always vote for the women?
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, then I don't know. Yeah, it's.
This gender thing, it really confuses people. We just have to get rid of it. It'd be funny if there was just no gender and no race. Yeah, and we were all just ones.
Yes, ones and zeros.
No zeros, just ones.
Just ones. Hello, I'm one.
I'm one too.
1 2. You mean 1 1?
Well, I'm 1. I'm one. Yeah, if we were all just versions, just exact copies of each other. If we were all just gods. So we actually don't really need anyone. We just need one person to live on behalf of all of us.
Yeah.
It could be like that great Spike Jonze being John Malkovich.
Oh yeah.
Where old people don't want to die, so they go into a wormhole and live inside John Malkovich's head.
Yes.
It's a clever premise, isn't
it? Yeah, it's really good.
So loads of people live inside a healthy body. Loads of old people.
Yeah.
And do they all get turns to enjoy being alive, and then they just slip back into the subconscious mind?
I guess that should be an option.
What was his name? Kaufman. Who's the guy who wrote that?
Being John Malkovich.
Yeah.
I forget now.
Very talented fucking writer. But yeah, I liked that film. That was great.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, very funny. Yeah. What was it? John Cusack.
Oh yeah, John Cusack. Yeah, there was a great scene where John Cusack. Remember they were getting stoned,
Yeah.
And what's that woman called who was in it as well? She was a model. Anyway, there was just a little moment where she did a giggle or a laugh, and it was just perfectly encapsulated what it's like to be stoned.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
she just burst into.
Wasn't Cameron Diaz? Was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. The thing is, the way that I see it, and is
Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, right.
It's great having your brain around, Daniel. You know what I mean? Because it's like I can't remember anything, so I just use my son's brain for memory. Do you remember anything? No, but my son does.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway.
And then
I think I'm a bit upset.
Adaptation was like.
That's your man. Look that up. What's your man's name? Kaufman. Should you have the? There's no point in you having the computer there, so you can look it up on your phone. The screenwriter was. It's not Andy Kaufman, obviously the comedian.
Charlie Kaufman.
Yeah. Adaptation. Yeah, Meryl Streep was in that, wasn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Force of nature.
Yeah.
Have you seen Long Legs?
No, I still haven't seen it. No, I don't know.
I know. Yeah, sorry. Go on.
No, yeah, I've kind of gone out of like watching movies.
Have you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know. I feel.
You don't have the bandwidth or attention span, is it? Or they're just.
I don't know. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I enjoy the series more, like, because the story is more fleshed out.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like, as opposed to just one sitting and then that's it.
Yeah. And it needs to be a fucking good film. No, I hear you. Yeah, it's interesting. It's so funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, like on the one hand we have not that much attention span, on the other hand, but we like long form stuff as well. I remember, sorry Daniel, how we got into the topic of racism on the last episode that I'm reluctant to put out.
And you want to bring it up?
I talked what?
You want to bring it up?
No, well, I don't want to talk about the racism thing, but I want to talk about Bobby Lee. That's how it started.
Yeah, right.
So I'm a massive fan of Bobby Lee.
Yeah.
I don't think many people know him over here in Ireland. So Bobby Lee is a comedian of Korean descent.
Yeah.
Korean descent. His mom and dad came from South Korea, and he does a podcast called Tiger Belly, and he also does a podcast with the red-haired guy.
Yeah.
Fuck, what's
Sean?
What's his name?
I don't know.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Christ. Anyway. Called Bad Friends.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I can't.
Oh, Jesus, look up his fucking name, Daniel. Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so, like, for me, and I know comedy is very subjective, he is the funniest comedian in the United States. For me. Like, you have your Bert Kreischers, your who else are the big guys out there? Oh, Jesus.
I mean, I don't know.
I can remember Bert Kreischer. Kreischer, is it? Daniel.
Yeah, what? Sorry, I don't know.
What are you saying? I don't know.
Okay, because I don't know all the comedians at the moment.
Anyway, look. Okay, so sorry. I just find him quite fascinating. I like his style.
Theo Vaughn or something.
Theo Vaughn,
right?
Theo Vaughn. But, and then if I was running Hollywood, I'd have him starring in big films. I just think he's also a very good actor. And and I think the reason I think there's a sort of we're in denial about the racism that does not allow someone like Bobby Lee to be a lead in films. But then Hannah was saying, well, he's not a leading man, and then we got into that discussion about what is a leading man or what is a leading woman.
Right.
But I would love to see someone like, but is the word, like, I'm such a big fan of his, and so maybe
you're a bit biased.
Yeah.
But
because he doesn't look like the majority of people in the United States or Europe, people can't see themselves in a Bobby Lee.
Yeah. But yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Anyway, so like moving on, Bobby Lee, Tiger Belly, Kalila, and what's his
Andrew.
No, Andrew, and what's George? No, is on Tiger Belly, and all the other crew, the other members of the crew. It's really bad, Daniel. My fucking short-term memory is fucked. I can't remember things, Daniel. I can't remember names.
Yeah, well,
What's
I mean,
that
there's a
about?
lot of names to remember, you know.
No, there aren't a lot of names. What?
There's a lot of names out there.
Yeah.
If you think about it, there's a lot of names.
Yeah, but I mean, I've been following this podcast for years.
Oh, right, okay.
2 years.
You probably should know by now.
Yeah. So no, his producer. I want to remember his producer's name. Jesus, I actually sent his. For fuck's sake, Daniel, look up. Sorry, folks. I really apologize. Okay. Like, part of the reason I set up this podcast was inspired by Bobby Lee and Tiger Belly, and also I like the way they set out the on YouTube. They had this layout where they did different. Daniel, you remember they divided the screen up into fours.
Yeah.
What's his name? Bobby Lee's producer.
I don't know. There's George T. Kimmel. Gilbert.
Gilbert, that's him.
Gilbert.
And I sent a message to Gilbert.
Oh yeah.
And I said, how do you do that? Because apparently, because we have the A10 Mini Extreme, and you can do it in this Super Source application.
Yes.
But he said he does it all in post production. So I found that quite amazing that he has like 4 or 5 video clips that he. You see, because we edit live, so I don't think he edits live.
Okay, right. I wonder if that's.
I can't believe I can't remember fucking names. It's like I wonder, should I go and get checked for fucking early dementia? What do you think?
Don't know. Was your I mean,
What, did I used to be able to remember names?
Yeah.
No, not really.
Well then. Maybe.
Huh?
Maybe that's just not your thing, remembering names.
Not my thing.
Well, some people are bad at remembering names. I mean, that's just.
You can remember. You've got a really good memory.
Well, I remember faces better than I remember names.
Yeah.
Yeah, like definitely.
I remember tits very well. Why? Why would you say something like that? Why? That's. Yeah, there you go. No, that's how I was when I was a kid, just saying completely inappropriate things, and then just my parents or whatever. Why? We were all having a good time, David. We were all having, and then you just ruined it. I heard that so many times. I do that in stand-up, but it's such a thing to hear, isn't it? Such a statement. We were all having a good time. But then you ruined it. You ruined it for everyone. For everyone. You in particular. It's almost like Liam Neeson, We were all having a good time. But then you ruined it for everyone. I will find you.
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, I think also we're reaching a point with the podcast where, no, I don't think we're reaching a point. I mean, nothing needs to be done about this, but it's kind of like, we're not having guests on. Recently, we haven't had many guests on, and it's just a bit of a fucking hassle. The kind of guests that I would like to have on, wouldn't want to be on it because we're not big enough, maybe, and then. But then you have to start. I think it's good to have guests to bounce off people, Daniel, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, I think having a high-profile guest definitely boosts our ratings.
So who should we? What high-profile guest in Ireland would be good to have on?
I mean, I don't know.
Patrick Keelty. Can you imagine? I wouldn't. I haven't, like, in the same way he has no interest having me on. Although I have to say, in seriousness, and it's difficult for me to be authentic. Patrick Keelty, I think I might have said this in another podcast. Patrick Keelty, I don't know if he still has a production company called Green Ink. And like in 2008, me, John Cleary, James Goldsberry, and I think Pat McDonald were shopping around this pilot idea. And actually, Green Ink helped us make it. And that was Patrick Keelty's company.
Oh, right. Okay.
Although there was a few production people who were fucking head wreckers on in his company. Actually, that was the name of the pilot, Head Wreckers. So, you know, fair enough.
Yeah, right. Well, that would be kind of.
So no, I was gonna have a dig at Patrick Keelty for no fucking reason, but actually. Thanks for that, Patrick Keelty.
Yeah.
And I wish you well. Look at that.
Yeah, that was nice.
There you go.
That wasn't too hard. Was it?
What? Being nice.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. What else has been? Oh yeah, so you were in Amsterdam. Amsterdam.
Yes.
How long were you there for?
I was there for like 5 days. Yeah.
And what's Jack's? So you had to get an air bed, did you?
Yeah, I had to get an air mattress and like a pump. Yeah, to
sleep in Jack's room.
Yeah, to sleep in Jack's room. Yeah, and yeah, it's funny. The pump is like really obnoxiously loud.
Oh, it's an electric one?
No, it's just a foot pump.
Oh,
like,
for fuck's sake! How long did it take to inflate the mattress?
It took a little while. Yeah.
Like how little?
I mean, I don't know, maybe like 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's long enough.
Yeah, I know, it's annoying.
And why was it so loud? What was
I don't know. It's just the pump just would make a loud noise.
And did it hold its
yeah,
shape?
the air was fine. Yeah.
And what was it like sleeping on it?
It was okay. Like, I mean, it was.
Did you have a neck ache or a back ache?
No, actually, I didn't know. It was fine.
Yeah,
it was fine. But yeah, Amsterdam is it was really fun. Like, it's kind of like an adult playground or something.
Oh, and did you guys go to the red light district to have a look around?
We walked through, but it's really kind of depressing. Like,
is it?
I don't know. It's just a bit shady looking.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, I mean, maybe the occasional girl you walk by smiles at you or something, and like you know, but it's
not that long of a street, isn't it?
It's like an area, like.
Oh yeah, is it one street or is it just no? It's an area.
It's an area, yeah, and
are there girls sitting in the windows?
Well, yeah, there's like see-through doors.
Yeah,
and they sit in those doors and like they're just enticing you to come in, I guess.
Yeah, yeah,
like yeah, and some people take pictures, but they're not meant to.
Oh right,
like, and they actually come out and say, hey, you're not meant to take pictures, like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's like places with sex shows and things like that like people like to go and see. I don't know. I found it a bit weird, but yeah.
And did you go to the sex show, Daniel? Did you?
I did not.
You did, didn't you? You're a filthy, dirty boy. Do you not have any morals whatsoever? Watching people peeing themselves, wee shows. It's a disgusting disgrace. My son, he's in there watching people wee on themselves. It's a disgrace. Wee. You wee in the toilet.
Yeah.
Not on each other's legs.
That's right.
It's mad, the stuff that people are into.
Yeah. And just and the city was just so like organized. I don't know, just like everything seemed.
Oh, the infrastructure.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that's right. I think Jack or somebody sent me. There's lots of parts of Dublin where these bicycle paths just stop for no reason.
Yeah.
Whereas in Amsterdam,
no, they just keep going.
They're just there everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
From where you live to where you.
And you have to be really alert because there's just bicycles everywhere, and then there's people, and then there's trams, and then there's buses and cars. So like you kind of have to be alert, like when you're walking around, like because head on a swivel, like
because there's so much public transport or so many like pathway or routes like, for different transports.
Yeah, and bicycles and yeah. So if you're not careful, you can get easily run over like by a bicycle or whatever.
More so than here.
Yeah, probably.
How do you
yeah.
mean? What?
Well, like no, obviously if you're careful, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But it's just there's just so many bikes. Like it's
Are they,
just
do they drive on the left or the right?
on the right.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that why? Because it was the right and not the left that you were just unused to where to look?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe, or just yeah, you just had to be a bit more alert than usual. Like I feel like you can kind of sleepwalk through Dublin, where.
And what about it's a pretty city though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's really really beautiful. Yeah, and actually it was funny on the trams they have a booth in the tram
where you can fucking buy grass.
No. But like they have on the tram they have a booth that someone's working there selling tickets.
Oh, so you go on the tram. Oh, that's quite civilized.
Yeah, and so it's like it looks almost a bit space agey, like the way it's on the tram and there's a booth with.
Oh, that's cool. So it's not that panic, you know.
Yeah,
so you can go on the tram and buy that makes more sense. I like that.
And then you could just tap your debit card for the tickets. Like you don't have to buy a ticket. You just tap your debit card.
Yeah.
It's so much more
user friendly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I remember me and a mate, we were there in 1983 on our Interrail. For you younger viewers, the Interrail, you'd pay, like, what was it, 100 quid at the time? And you could travel anywhere on any train in Europe.
Yeah.
And so we went to, I think, The Hague. Now, you had to remember, I was 17, 1983, and I'd been smoking hash in Dublin. And to score hash, you'd go into there was a place on the quays called the Jet Foil. That was the name of the pub, and you'd go in and some guy would come out and he'd sell you like a matchstick of hash wrapped in tin foil. And you'd give him 10 quid, you'd get a 10 spot.
Right. It's so it's
sorry, and then so you go to Amsterdam and it's so much more relaxed.
Yeah,
and, you know, there's a cafe, you get a menu. Would you like if Luton do that? We were like kids at a birthday party.
I know.
We were just smoking this stuff, that stuff, and
yeah, no, it's so much more like convenient. It's just like there's cafes everywhere.
But it should be legalized marijuana, weed. And also the potency of the fucking weed that you're buying should be on display.
Yeah.
You know, okay, this weed, you know, is going to fucking fuck you up. And if you have if there is mental illness or bipolar in your family, this is not the weed for you, because this will exacerbate any, you know, if you're worried about psychotropic fucking experiences, this weed is very mild. It gets you, what is it called, sativa and fucking
indica. Yeah,
so there should be, I mean, it's not going to stop people having bad experiences, and it's not going to,
but it's much less likely.
Well, it just gives people
weed, I think.
What?
Well, it's less likely with weed, I think it's usually an extra thing, like maybe taking mushrooms or I don't know, like MDMA or ecstasy, you know.
But I'm just saying that some people have a latent sort of, you know, mental illness that might lay dormant forever. Who knows? I'm just saying that certain things, if you're endlessly day in, day out smoking really that heavy fucking weed that they produce, you know, that really, really gets you fucking wrecked.
And
the accumulative effect of that on someone's brain. Like some people, especially when they're young, you know, we're very easily influenced by people, and you know, I had a great experience on this and the other, and some people have kind of monkey blood, you know, they just can take stuff and it doesn't seem to affect them.
Well, like if it was legalized, like it's the way it is in Amsterdam, it can be regulated, so it's much cleaner.
Right.
So
why don't we do that here?
Well,
fucking Simon Harris.
I don't know because
Simon Harris, this pretend old guy who's not old at all.
Yeah, he's got
he sprays his hair grey. He has to go to a makeup artist every day to give himself wrinkles because nobody takes him seriously.
Yeah. But
we should legalize marijuana, Daniel.
Yeah, no. If it was, it could be regulated, and then it can be fucking. They can make money off of it. And
right. The government can get tax.
Yeah.
Why can't we? You know, come on, Ireland.
I know. Yeah.
Is it where is it legal? In the States it's legal now?
States.
I think it was legal in Thailand.
Yeah, it's legal in Thailand. It's like decriminalized in Germany now, I think.
Yeah. No, it absolutely. I mean, people
it's
are
kind of legal in Spain.
Everywhere you go, I smell it anyway. I mean, what's the problem?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It's
and you can imagine all the weed manufacturers sprouting up in Ireland. Leprechaun, you know, and
all the different names.
Yeah, all the different Galway, Drystone, Galway.
Set up jobs as well.
Set up jobs.
Yeah, I mean, you know, people that want to go into the weed business.
I mean, people are doing it anyway.
Yeah.
And it just takes the whole thing out of the shadows.
Yeah, might as well make it legitimate, like, yeah.
But we shouldn't. Is there anywhere cocaine is legal? No.
It's funny. South Park did a sketch of legalizing cocaine where they went through the same process as legalizing weed, and then they managed to legalize cocaine.
Yeah.
And then they were just like selling it. Like.
But cocaine is rampant. Apparently, I'm not of that age group. Well, even when I was, I wasn't into it. But apparently,
yeah, in Ireland, in Dublin,
everywhere.
Yeah, a lot of people are doing coke. Yeah.
And it's mad, the chemical process.
And it's not even clean, like it's
cut with all this,
cut with benzos or something.
Benzos.
Yeah, benzodiazepine or.
What's
something.
Fucking benzodiazepine?
I don't know. It's like.
It seems like you do fucking know.
Well, I just know the names. Like.
You know a lot there over there, Mister fucking Pablo Escobar.
Well, yeah, you watch Narcos and you find out a few things,
It's amazing that Pablo Escobar, his problem was he was making way too much money and he had to bury it here and bury it there.
Yeah, he was like the richest person alive at one point or something, wasn't
he? Yeah.
Making escapes from prison.
But again, objectively, if you did legalize cocaine, would if it was okay to do cocaine? I mean, how many people would do it that now are not doing it?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Would I do it?
I don't know.
Would I do cocaine if it was legal?
And it would be regulated, so it would be clean cocaine as well.
Yeah, but is it addictive, cocaine?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. People get addicted to
anything that makes you feel amazing is addictive.
Yeah.
Like if I'm just trying to think, if it was legal. Okay, so you could go into the pub. What's that old man's pub? O'Connell's.
Wasn't it like?
Hi, how you doing? I'll have some cocaine, and you do some. Would I do it? I don't know if I would. I'm not sure.
Wasn't it like early 1900s? Like you could go to the pharmacy and get like pretty much anything you want.
Yeah.
Like what happened to that? Like why can't we go back to that?
Well, I'm saying like if it was legal, would I do it? But I could probably get it so easily. I'd say I could probably. I wonder. It'd be interesting. I wonder, Daniel. Just saying it on the podcast, the cocaine challenge. Like, how easy is it to get cocaine?
I mean, no, but
so if I did that, and said that I bought cocaine, I'd be breaking the law. And if I was admitting to it, it would be.
Oh yeah. You're just admitting into it, yeah.
Or maybe I could sort of couch it in such a way that I'm using a different name, but people know what I'm talking about. But I mean, obviously, look, I'm sure it's very easy to get any type of drug.
Easy enough.
If you have the money.
Yeah, and you know who to talk to.
Yeah, but I don't know who to talk to. But I'd say I can talk to one person who might know who to talk to.
Yeah.
Or maybe that person will know a person who knows a person.
They'll give you the plug.
Yeah. Apparently you can get marijuana delivered to your door, weed.
Yeah.
On Deliveroo or something.
Yeah.
Is it true?
Yeah.
Is it true?
Yeah. You can, yeah. Straight to your door, yeah.
Wait a second. Okay, talk me through that process, please, sir. And everybody knows about this? Well, everybody who does weed knows about it. What do you call it? Weed or fucking marijuana?
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like
weed.
It's
grass.
There's so many names. Mary Jane, like
Mary Jane.
Green.
Devil's shite.
Smoke.
smoke. Anyway, so go on. How do you get it delivered? You just
ask your man, hey, you
ask who your man.
You know, the guy, you know, yeah.
What guy?
You message him.
Do you You don't do it on Deliveroo though.
No, not on Deliveroo. No.
Oh, you have some WhatsApp.
But they come as a Deliveroo driver.
Gotcha. So I'm on what? So I've got your man Mixie.
Yeah.
On the WhatsApp, right?
Yeah.
And I say, hi, could I have what would I ask?
I don't know. Can I have like 4 grams?
4 grams of
weed.
Of weed.
Yeah.
Of weed.
Yeah.
What type of weed? Or would there be a menu?
Yeah, he'd post a menu.
He'd post a menu.
Yeah.
Or we'd be on his WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
But wouldn't the cops be able to get on that fucking WhatsApp group too?
No, it's not a group. It's like a direct contact to a number.
Oh, and he just sends you a menu.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, so how are you doing? I'll have 4 grams of, you know, the whatever that is.
Yeah.
And then he comes to your door, and do you give him
But
cash?
it's not the same guy. That it's always different people.
Do you give him cash?
Yeah, give him cash. Yeah.
Give him cash.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me like you're admitting what you do?
Well, yeah, I'm just.
How many people do that? Do you think loads? Is it hugely popular?
Yeah. I mean, I'd say loads of people do it.
Where's that grass grown?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I couldn't tell you that. But it just be dismantled.
But Daniel,
I don't want to dismantle their operation.
Yeah, but don't smoke really strong grass, Daniel.
No, but it's like what?
Huh?
They make it like an actual. They make it look like an actual business, like, you know.
It's clever, isn't it? So Deliveroo. So they probably
they have a great marketing.
I wonder
marketing strategies.
What do you mean the marketing strategy?
Well, like, you know, advertisements. They make cool videos and stuff.
Do they?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, no.
What cool videos?
High quality.
Where do they put them?
On WhatsApp, like.
Can I see one of them? No.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
We can't put it on this thing though.
No, I probably not. No. I don't want to like ruin their business. Like,
I wonder. Can we? Like, because it's not. It's everybody knows it.
Yeah, but it's illegal, obviously. So I don't know. I don't want to just fuck things up. Like.
Jesus Christ, Daniel. I hope you don't fold under interrogation. Well, there you go, folks. You know, grass is delivered to your door. deliver high.
Mm. In the States, they come in like to your door with like a whole bag of things, like, you know, the whole selection is like, here, what do you want?
But it's legal.
Yeah.
That's so cool. My God, when we were kids, teens, the idea of somebody, it would have been like. I don't know what it would have been like. And just getting stoned and listening to the Rolling Stones or fucking the Velvet Underground.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, wow.
So nice, yeah.
But, you know, the problem is, with someone like me, I just smoke it all the fucking time. And, you know, I was actually talking to my friend Alex Mihalowski, who we were both street performers at the same time. I saw him in Copenhagen, I think, the first time, and he is one of the best puppeteers, if that's the kind of thing you think you might be into. But it is extraordinary, the dexterity that he can imbue the puppet with. It was Mr. Barty, and he could move each of the fingers individually. Like, he had so many strings coming out of this puppet, and such a nice guy, such a good friend, really good mate from Macedonia, great cook. Introduced me to lovely red wines and all that kind of stuff. I was talking to him 3 weeks ago, and he used to take me to auctions. And one time we were in Copenhagen. I mean, this is back in the early 90s, and we bought this case of red wine for very cheap, but it was fucking like top quality, Grand Cru, fucking Chateau Lafite, Chateau whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I've forgotten all the names of the wines. but there was one wine, and I don't know if people drink wine or if you've had, and I'm sure people have had this experience, but really well made wine, where you drink it and it goes into your mouth and there's no rejection, there's no feeling of, you know, it just Ba-doom, doom, ba-doom, doom, doom, ba-doom, doom. And it goes, and it's just, for whatever reason, it's just so well balanced. And it's kind of almost like an emotional experience in the same way if you hear great music or if you see a great, it just makes you, it's just like, wow, this is a very unusual, positive experience. And I had that with some of those bottles that we bought in that auction. But he was, Alex is a very kind of, is the word emotionally integrated? Like he wouldn't, when he smoked grass, he'd only get a little bit stoned. See, when I was smoking grass, I'm in my whole body, my everything, I'm just stoned. And it's try and smoke as much of it as possible.
Right.
Whereas he's able to just sort of dip into it, which is lovely.
Appreciate it. Like
lovely.
Yeah.
I have no appreciation of appreciation. It's pretty bad, Daniel. I'm like a fucking goldfish. I'll just eat until I kill myself. So,
right.
Not that bad. But
Yeah. Like
it's like alcoholics
it's self-control, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. Alcoholics or addicts, we don't have that self-control that, So I think it's something you're born with. Just some people are just they're able to they're able to read the room, see the situation, know what that means,
But like
see what works, see what people want, good at business, whatever.
But is being habitual like same as being addicted, or is that just...
Say that again. What does that mean?
Like, if you have a habit...
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
Thing.
These things don't happen, suddenly you did, and then you're addicted. It usually, like with me, with drinking, lacking in confidence. And then, you drink and suddenly you've got confidence and you're like talking to people and you're not embarrassed, especially with girls. And so then you grow to, you depend on it, and then then you depend on it, and then it slowly becomes something that you don't go out without getting pissed, and then you just have to drink. Like I would, if I was gonna, if I had something important to do on a Friday, I'd think, oh shit, that means I can't drink on the Thursday. But I'd always would drink on the Thursday anyway. I mean, so many situations where I was hungover, so badly hungover, with the fear, and then just your body just recovering from the poison aspect of the alcoholism. On the other side of things, I've had such brilliant times being drunk, some shite times as well, but a lot of it you can't remember, and there's a lot of it you can't remember, so it's kind of like, it's like, did it even happen? Like I'm 58, and all those drunken nights, what do you have to show for it? What do you have to show for it? So it's very much of the moment. Those and that's the beauty of drinking. It is of the moment. It's very much like, Vikings, drink.
Yes.
Tomorrow we may die. But
we go to Valhalla.
If I was to do it again, I don't know. I'd probably do the same fucking thing. But you know what I mean? Whereas, like when you work and you do stuff and you're productive, you can look back, oh, look, I did that. I produced that. I created that. And, it's a legacy, and, you can build something. Like, I mean, having a good time, it should, I'm saying this to myself, and I don't believe a fucking word I'm saying, but having a good time, it should be as a result of, like you're celebrating something that you've achieved or something. Whereas I hadn't achieved anything, hadn't worked at anything, and I was drinking like I was celebrating a great success every second fucking night.
Yeah, well.
There was this thing that we did in the Savage Eye, and I sometimes I do it on stage. Why can't I go out and just have a normal time? Like a Brazilian or a Belgian person or a French person, just sit out. Yeah, hi, Fred. It's great. And it's not, it's just and then 3 or 4 hours. Okay, I'll see you later. why couldn't I just be normal and just, I wanted to have more fun than it was possible for a human being to have.
Right.
And this thing about, you know, when you I'm trying to explain this, but if you feel like you don't deserve to have a good time, if you don't deserve to have a good time, you know what I mean? Well, the thing is about alcohol, Daniel, you're going to have a good time regardless, whether you deserve it or not.
Yeah.
So when you know, all these worries about, like, everything I'm saying, you know, I'm not productive, I'm not working, I'm just half arsing it, I don't really have a goal, I'm not I'm not creating enough wealth for my kids and my wife. And when you drink, like, it just cuts through all that bullshit, and you're just having a good time whether you deserve it or fucking not. And then the hangover is so horrible. If you were a well-adjusted person, you would think, well, this is a horrible feeling, I'm not going to put my body through that. But because I felt like I didn't deserve the good time I had the night before, I look at the hangover as the acceptable price to pay. It's like a penance. It's the penance. And so I, you know, so that's that was the sketch we did in the Savage Eye. Hey, Johnny, did you have a good time last night? Yeah, I feel fucked. Oh my God, you must have had a great time because you feel so bad. You know, that's the sign you had a great night.
Yeah.
Hey, did you have a good night? Yeah, I did have a great night. I feel great today. Huh? You feel great? How can you feel great if you had a good time last night? That doesn't make any sense. You can't feel good about yourself.
That's someone well adjusted then. You know?
Yeah. So yeah, you know, having a good time involves.
But do you need to?
So the point is, I don't know how to have a fucking, like, I don't know how to have a good time. To me, a good time, a normal person's idea of a good time is boring as fuck, and it's not a good time. But actually, I want to escape me. I want to just, woo!
Yeah.
What's so bad about me that I can't just be in with Belgians and just go, yeah, I really like the early works of Donald Sutherland. No, but I mean, just calm down. Yeah. Like, you know, if you hear, you know, other countries, you know, you're at a pub and people aren't shouting at each other.
Yeah.
Come here.
Yeah.
You know, you go to a pub here, a lot of young people. Fucking hell, nothing is that funny, you idiot. But I was that person.
Right. Well, like, but do you think you need to, like, in order to have a good time, you need to deserve it, or like, do you just? I mean, because loads of people just go out anyway, regardless of whether they.
Well, that's where alcohol assists you in that. You're going to have a good time, whether you deserve it or not. Oh, yeah, you're saying, yeah, well, it's not a matter of whether you deserve it. Just go out and shut up and have a good time. Yeah. Well, I guess if you've been working all week, it depends what a good time means. To me, a good time is getting very drunk.
Right. To you, yeah. I suppose people have different perceptions of what a good time is, like, you know. Yeah.
Getting the shift at Dicey's.
Reading a lovely book.
Getting the shift at Dicey's. You know what I mean? All those big fucking square-headed meatheads. Those meat-headed shit sacks. Big Denny-legged GAA off-duty guards shifting the nurses there in Dicey's.
Yeah. Is that still the case in Dicey's? Or?
Guess so.
Or they have Brazilian nights in Dicey's now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Brazilian nights?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like, they play, like,
Brazilian music?
Yeah.
And do Brazilian people go there?
I think so, yeah.
Shit, I think I should go there. Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, find a nice Brazilian woman, yeah.
Yeah, I think Brazilian women would look at, you know, they just see this bluey white-skinned Irish
but they
vampire.
might find you exotic, though.
Oh, yeah, that's true, yeah. How long have we been broadcasting, Danielix?
Nearly an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about them apples?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What else were we talking about? What else has been happening?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Very sad about Liam Payne.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will come out. To me, I can't imagine how would something like that happen. That balcony. Jesus, where's the? Did you look up to see
What?
how it happened?
Uh,
Did they give any details?
yeah. Let me just check. Former One Direction stars died from the third floor of a hotel. They discovered Payne's body after an emergency call responded to a call in the upscale neighborhood of Palermo on Wednesday.
They didn't give any other details other than that.
According to police, officers at the scene were initially responding to reports of an aggressive man who may have been under the effects of drugs and alcohol.
An aggressive man.
Yeah, but when they arrived at the hotel, officials were told a loud sound had been heard in an interior courtyard soon after they discovered the body there. A police investigation has been launched.
Well, it's unfair to guess what happened.
Yeah, right.
But it seems very very odd.
Yes.
And then Puff Daddy. I was trying to do a Bull Mick kind of a commentary on Puff Daddy.
All right.
People don't know whether to call him Puff Daddy, Puff Diddy. Puff Diddy, it looks like he fucking did, what? I don't know.
Yeah, nice.
Is that or have people done? Anyway, but yeah, all the revelations coming out about Puff Daddy and all these other celebrities implicated. It's amazing that people, when they get loads of money, like it's not about sex for someone like Puff Daddy.
It's power.
It's power.
Yeah.
He can just kind of get people, okay, do this, pick up this, do that,
Yeah.
and records it all on video. Anyway, it's pretty gross.
Yeah. It's just.
And where is he now? He's in prison, is he? Or is he? He's awaiting a trial? Is he?
Yeah, but he's being held in a New York prison state facility or something. Yeah, as far as I know.
The same place where Epstein.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And he's on suicide watch.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I heard.
What do you think about all this?
Well, I mean, it's just the fact that he was allowed to get away with shit for so long is just fucking. It's not good. Like, yeah, it's bad. And obviously, people were given money to keep it quiet. Like.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And I'm trying to think, although, people think now that anybody who is at a Puff Daddy party, I sound so fucking middle class. A Puff Daddy, were you at a Puff Daddy party? Well, these freak offs. I mean, obviously you could have gone to these Puff Daddy parties and had no idea that there was this other thing going on.
Yeah, but having certain celebrities and.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, next week we will definitely have a guest. Thank you very much, Daniel.
Thank you.
And like and subscribe. We will continue. We will persevere. Perseverance without expectation. That's the motto. That's the catchphrase. Why are you laughing at that?
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah.